Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. Those are some of the biggest fictional characters to ever exist. And they've been brought to us all through comics. Now, American comics have been around since 1933, but they didn't get big until 1938. And since 1938, they have been a huge part of our society and a big part of pop culture. Now, since 1933, there have been 3 ages of comics. We're in the 4th one now, but I'm here to talk to you today about the 3 that have already happened. And those are the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and the Bronze Age. Let's start with the Golden Age. Now, the Golden Age was from 1938 to 1956. Now, a big thing was going on at this time that you might know about called World War II. And due to World War II, Timely Comics created a character called Captain America. Now, to keep interest of readers, they created more genres, resulting in more superhero stories. And at the time, there was Detective Comics, which is now today DC Comics, and there was Timely Comics, which I said earlier, which is now Marvel Comics. Now, DC Comics had Superman. They had Batman, Wonder Woman, and Timely Comics had Captain America, the Human Torch, guys like that. Now, Captain America was really big due to, the war, but Superman was better than the rest of them, but he wasn't number 1. There was another standalone comic company that created this character called Captain Marvel, which is now known today as Shazam, and he outsold everybody. Okay, now let's go from the Golden Age to the Silver. Now, the Silver Age was from 1956 to 1970, and publishers after the war stopped writing about superheroes a lot, but due to popular demand, they started to bring them back, resulting in their creation of more superheroes. And from 1956 to 1961, DC created a lot more of their most popular characters and teams. They created Aquaman, they created Green Lantern, Silver Age Flash, which is Barry Allen. They created the Justice League and the Teen Titans. And then 1961 to 70, Marvel created their big hitters like Spider-Man, the Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, the Fantastic Four, and the Avengers. Now, competition rose more due to the spark of all these comic characters, resulting in copycat characters. Now, DC had this character called Solomon Grundy, who was this big, gray, strong guy who was very illiterate. And then sure enough, not long after, Marvel creates a big, gray, illiterate, strong hero called the Hulk, but they later changed him to green. All right, now the last age we are covering is the Bronze Age, and that was from 1970 to 1985. And during this time, they started coming up with more minority superheroes. So Black Panther was created, Luke Cage, Black Lightning. Stories got darker as well. Stories became more about social issues that were happening at the time. For example, there was this character called Green Arrow DC Comics, and he had a sidekick named Speedy, who was just this he was like Robin to Batman. And there's this issue where Green Arrow finds out that Speedy's actually a junkie addicted to heroin, and they have to go through what they can do to help him. And then there was also Marvel's darkest issue at the time, which was the death of Gwen Stacy, because that was unheard of, especially happening to a kid-friendly superhero like Spider-Man. It was a very change of pace. But due to the popularity growing in each comic company, one of their best decisions was to do a crossover comic. And the crossover were between each company's biggest hero, and it was a crossover between Superman and Spider-Man. All right, now I will finish by saying we looked over the comic ages, the golden, the silver, the bronze, and through all the years, comics have had such an impact on our society and our pop culture. And me personally, I would not be the person I am today if it weren't for